and one of my favorite roads to drive as a teacher, because now you have a big city life feeling here. Yes.
Yeah.
Truck was passing and then he accelerated, because he would have never ever made it in front of the truck. Great done. Yeah, that's the most scariest thing what can happen in exam. Or
Yeah. Everyone, guess where I am today? There is a skyscraper behind me, and I am in Frankfurt, and I came here to meet our favorite driving instructor. Dario, come in.
whoa, what a nice introduction.
Yeah, so we are right in front of the Farlingo driving school, and few months back we made a video on how does the driving lesson takes place with our instructor here, and it went so viral. And that video was shot in Munich, so we were driving in Munich. But this time I want to make the similar video with driving lesson taking place in Frankfurt. So to show you how does the driving lesson takes place, how's the exam looks like in Frankfurt. So yeah, let's get to the driving. But if you like this video, if you find this useful, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That's really important, because it motivates me to create more content like this for you.
Yeah, let's go driving. Exactly.
So last time we didn't go to a Autobahn, so let's do
Today
that
we
this
will
time.
do, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But not at the beginning, because first we have to cross whole Frankfurt. Yes, nice blind spot check, and now go straight ahead. And there is a Frankfurt main station showing up to the right now.
Yeah.
We will cross it.
So we are in the 50 speed limit area, but because of the traffic,
and you have to
we
take
are
care
not
for
allowed.
the people
Yes,
here. There's
yes.
always a crazy guy jumping in. Yeah, can't wait to get green. I think you can already change a lane to the right, because later, after the bridge, we have to turn right. So right now we are driving towards to the beautiful river of Main.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving over that bridge. I'm not sure if you can see it, but
Yeah.
yeah, on right and left we have the river, which divides Frankfurt.
So when I was coming from Munich to Frankfurt,
Mm-hmm.
on the Autobahn, usually like we are instructed to turn the left or right.
We turn here right after that.
Yeah, but you indicate whether you are turning left or right. But I have seen drivers who will simply, in speed, they will simply change lanes without.
Yes, you have to
showing.
take care. However, you know, if other people do it, doesn't mean that you have to do it too.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would always put the indicator. It makes life easier. Yeah, obviously not everyone does it,
Yes.
but think of the others. They will definitely, will appreciate it. I would say.
Definitely.
If you
But
indicate.
my point was, you also have to be careful about.
Yes.
You know, you have to keep eye on the
road.
road.
Yes. Be aware, if you drive forward and you later want to change a lane, always be aware in front of the traffic light you have a continuous line, and we're not allowed to cross it. Afterwards you might change it, or before, but never at the traffic light.
Yeah.
Okay, we still go a little bit more ahead, but be aware of the speed limits. You see that?
Now it's changed from 70
to 50. Exactly. And the white sign is telling us that the right hand side will stop and that we have to change to the left, where we are actually right now.
So we are driving to the Frankfurt airport now.
Yes, you probably all know the Frankfurt airport, or?
So this was the first airport that I landed for the first time in Germany, and I'm going back there after 5 years, 4.5 years almost.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. Where did you came? Terminal 1 or Terminal 2?
I don't remember that anymore.
You probably got to Terminal 1, because Terminal 1 always receives the international flights. So I would say we drive to Terminal 1 if these guys would drive. We've got green. All right, now let's change one lane to the left. If you have seen on the right, there was another rudder control. Yes, rudder control number 2 we have seen today.
You don't have to turn.
Yeah, both are turning left actually. I would stay behind the truck. Better stay behind, because he's cutting the curve. Yeah, you see, with this huge trailer, you have to make it around it. Then it makes sense to give him a bit space, because with such a trailer, he has no chance to drive inside of his lane. He will go into your lane as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is making a left turn now because
Exactly.
this is going to merge.
And I would recommend you right now to just let it roll, that he vanishes and that you have more space later to accelerate to enter highway.
Let's go to the Autobahn now.
Exactly. All right. Let's see how Rushikesh is doing it. Okay.
Speed limit goes to 120.
Be aware, he might enter as well. Okay. Difficult thing. I would say you made it shortly after the continuous line vanished. You were not allowed to cross that continuous line, but you waited and then you changed, so that was quite good. You can already return back to the right. Because later I want to drive to Frankfurt Airport. But we are leaving right now highway and we are seeing that Frankfurt Airport is on the right hand side. So we have to change one lane to the right. And what I would always recommend you is right now focus on the highway boards on top. So there are two things which make sense to observe. One is that the arrow on our highway board is pointing out straight. That means that we are still going straight and the bend to heat out comes later. When you later see in the next spot that it's pointing out to the right, then you know the bend is showing up and you have to reduce speed. That's point one. And point two is check if there is a number in that highway board, and there we see within 3 and a 43. That means later when we heat out, we will re-enter a new highway or interstatal road. So let's go to Frankfurt Airport. Which lane do we have to choose?
It's the 43.
Exactly. So we have to turn right.
There is this 43 written.
Exactly.
So I can mark it.
And this 43 was on a yellow background, and that means that is an interstatal. However, it's the same like entering highway, so he has to prepare to re-enter highway. And it's always tough to drive around the Frankfurt Airport actually. So I would put the indicator already.
To the right?
To the left, because we are turning later left. And we have to go to Terminal 1, so we have to change 2 lanes. That was 1 lane, and then he's checking again, and then he switched to the perfect lane. Okay, now we are good. You can see as well, one highway board on top of us is covering 2 lanes. So both of these lanes are going in direction of Terminal 1. And you can see it as well on the line on the right. It's a little bit blinding. There were thick lines, and that's why we know that the lanes on the right are heating out and we are going straight ahead. Okay, there we see Lufthansa. Which airline did you came to Germany?
I came with Air India.
Okay, understandable. He's allowed to. But now you're German?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so he's still allowed to use Air India. And do you have nice memories here to that place?
Yes, definitely.
Of leaving or coming?
Coming, because when I came here for the first time, it was winter, and then I came out just to feel the wind, like feel the cold, how cold it is.
So you came in winter time to Germany?
In December actually,
Wow, okay. So you had the whole program, the whole package of having cold and difference to India. All right, we go straight ahead. All right, and goodbye Frankfurt Airport. I have worked here actually at a certain time. Let's turn right here, please. And then we are re-entering highway actually, or interstatal. So you can change a lane already to the left. Okay, and that's tricky. And what he's doing right now perfectly, he was reducing a little bit speed that the truck was passing, and then he accelerated, because he would have never ever made it in front of the truck. Great done. That's the most scariest thing what can happen in exam, or? But great, well done. Okay, let's change the lane to the right, because after having overtaken the truck, you have to return back to the right hand side. Do you enjoy to drive highway?
Definitely, it's fun.
Yes. I think once if you're entered, it's easy. Just entering can be really hard. But once if you're on highway, you came all the way to Frankfurt. Now you have driven a lot of highway today. You will drive back today as well?
Yes, my plan is to go back by evening because tomorrow
Tough guy.
I have to do some work.
Wow, so you've been like
Anything.
more than 8 hours in the car today.
Yes, definitely. I will be. Anything for the content.
And that's attitude here. Everything for the views and for great content for
Yes.
you. Nice.
When you fail the exam, what it matters? Like sometimes you fail or you don't like the instructor. How do you? I mean,
Okay.
we divide this question into two parts.
Yes.
First thing, when you fail the exam, what do you do next?
Okay, first about you're blocked for about 2 weeks. However, in a lot of places, for example here in Frankfurt, for the driving school it takes 3 weeks to book a new slot. So even if you're blocked for just 2 weeks to take a new exam, it will take at least 3 weeks until you get a new exams place. So you have to wait. That's the first thing. But happy thing is there is not a limit. You don't have to worry that after 3 times you can't make the exam. Obviously it's painful, it is expensive, but there is no limit, yeah, so you don't have to worry for that. Yes.
But sometimes you think that the driving instructor is not good. Sometimes you fail because of that as well. What to do in that case if you don't like your driving instructor?
I would say there are several things what you can do. First about, if you're in a big school, I would recommend you to change inside the school and just go to another driving teacher and ask him if he has time. So in that case you avoid to pay another inscription fee because you stay inside of the school and you don't have to worry for the teacher. It's business at the end, yeah. So don't be upset, don't think about it, just ask, and normally it's no problem to change, yeah. If you're in a small driving school and you just have one teacher, then I would say if you don't feel that common with him or don't that comfortable, then better change the driving school, even if you have to pay another time inscription fee. Because if you have the whole time a teacher which you don't get along with him, you will waste more time, pay more money, and it's important to have a good relationship with your teacher. Then it makes sense even to pay a second time inscription fee and maybe take 1-2 classes more with a new teacher. And don't worry, your records will be passed. Yeah, so you don't start from zero again if you change the school. The schools normally change or interchange your record, so you will start at that point where you have entered.
Okay.
You have to keep in mind that in Germany average, like 50% of students fail, and they don't make they don't separate foreign students, and we have to recognize being a foreigner, listening to German at the same time in the driving exam, it's much more difficult, and therefore, yes, more people do fail as well. Even if you have a good teacher, my students fail too as well sometimes, even if we give our best, yes. So I would say don't give up if you fail 1 or 2 times, it can happen. And I would say you have passed more difficult exams, more important exams like that. So just give it a new try and you will make it. Do you drive in Munich as well over tram tracks?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you have to share it. But at the end, the tram is a normal street participant that everyone else. So they might be behind you and you don't have to be nervous.
Okay, that's good. Because, not when you learn it in a big city, then you know how to pass through the tram track.
Yes.
But when students learns in a small town or something,
yes, then
they
it's
don't know,
very
they never know, they get confused or they get baffled.
It's like what to do right now.
yes,
So you're allowed to cross the tram tracks. It's something different than if you cross the railway tracks. Yeah, there you have to pay a lot of attention. Over tram tracks, it's like in a big city you always cross them. Yeah, it's kind of normal.
If I could just show you, there is a tram waiting behind me.
Yes, now.
Yes.
Okay. But and we have one in front right now and one behind. So really relax and we go straight ahead.
Yeah.
They don't have special rights.
No worries.
Is one of my favorite places here, and one of my favorite roads to drive as a teacher, because now you have a big city life feeling here, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, if possible, change a lane to the right, but just if it's possible. Yes. Uh-huh. Good. Okay. And now you see a little bit of Frankfurt life. It's so crowded and you have to pay a lot of attention of everyone.
It's like I don't even go to Munich city center just because of this. Like,
Okay, we turn left here, okay? It's like hell on earth here.
yes.
Happily you don't go here in exam.
Wow. But now for the people, they know now how it is driving in a city and what things they should pay attention to
Yes,
while
yes.
driving, because it's the busiest area of the city.
Yes, definitely. And as well, what I would say is, like, obviously you're coming probably from countries where it's even more crowded, but the difficult thing here in Germany is that you have to drive according to the rules. And meanwhile, everyone does not respect it, but you have to, and that makes it that difficult, yeah? If you have pedestrians crossing, driving, bicycles, wherever they like, and you have to drive according to the rules, and that makes it so difficult, I would say, yeah?
Yes.
If you would drive just like you go along, then you would flow with traffic, but that's the thing which is not allowed in exam and while driving lesson, yes?